Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, everybody out there in the world? This is Blake and Chris for episode 3 of Unemployed Tomorrow.
Unemployed Tomorrow. I'm Chris.
I'm Blake, and let's get right into some good podcasting material here.
Oh, Jesus Cristo. Okay.
All right, we'll stop talking like that.
Like from our native land.
From our native lands of the Minnesota, the Great North.
The Great White North. Oh, man. Dude, have you ever seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
No.
Dude, it's so good.
I don't know.
At one point, she's like, I'm going to kick your ass out of the Great White North. But they're in Canada. So.
Well, also doing the Great White North trilogy is Kevin Smith. That was a weird way to say that. But the new Kevin Smith movies
is Kevin Smith. Are we talking about movies today?
I don't know. Are we talking?
No,
I don't know.
Let's fucking do it.
We're talking about movies again.
I don't know.
The Kevin Smith, his trilogy of like Tusk, Yoga Hosers,
Moose Jaws,
and Moose Jaws.
Moose Jaws
is about that Great White North, Canada, our neighbors to the north up there.
Our Minnesota's hat.
Minnesota's hat.
I guess America's hat.
America's hat.
We're not concerned about the other states.
No, we're cooler.
And fuck you, California.
He can say that. He lived there.
I'm just kidding. You as a whole is great, but I don't know.
You as an individual is terrible.
Yeah. All right. Anywho, speaking of Kevin Smith, I think he's coming here.
Is he?
He's doing some speaking. A night with Kevin Smith.
An evening with Kevin Smith, you mean?
And a night with Kevin
Smith.
No,
he calls it an evening with Kevin Smith. He never calls it a night.
Have you seen it? Have you been to one?
Oh,
Blake?
just because who got you into Mr. Kevin Smith? I did.
Well, not into him yet.
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, we should definitely go to that. He's a great person.
He is a great. Okay, when is it?
I don't know.
All right. Good start.
Good start. All right. Anyway, what's your question for me?
I got a question for you.
Yeah, you said you had one. You said you were going to start out this podcast with a question for me.
Okay. What video game are you most looking forward to? The question you asked me.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, go ahead. You start it.
I'll start it.
We're going to talk about video games for a little bit, and then, we'll just let the conversation
blossom.
You
said bloom last time. So.
Into bloom? We're going to bloom and blossom.
No, you
what
said
are we gonna do
bloom,
next week?
You said bloom last time, so blossom today, and next week we'll...
pollinate.
All right. Video game I'm most looking forward to. Goodness gracious.
Just pick one. There's like a million out right now.
There are a million out. Well, I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn yet, which looks super cool. It's that game.
It's the robot people.
Yeah, and there's like robot dinosaurs, and you're the chick that has the bow and arrow, and she goes around like slaughtering
chick?
robots.
You mean woman?
Woman, sorry, whatever.
Mr. Feminist from last week.
I know. Whatever, man.
Okay, anyway. You have a bow and arrow.
Yeah, and you go around slaughtering mechanical.
Is that it?
Dinosaurs.
Is that all you do?
No, I'm sure there's a story, but I don't know anything about it. It just looks really cool.
Anything else? There's so many games that we have not played because we're super behind.
Oh, I do want to play the new God of War as well.
I didn't play any of the God of Wars. I didn't have PlayStation though. So.
They're really fun. Do you know the story at all?
Something about like he's like a god that got kicked out or some shit like that.
So he's
like wants to kill everyone, so he goes and kills everyone.
He's one of Zeus's many children.
Right.
Because Zeus was like that.
Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos. And
I love Greek mythology, so I bet you I'd love the game.
You totally would. It's super fun, and it's like ultra violent, and like they're
button mashing.
You get to like murder demons and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Doesn't he have sex at one point? That's pretty sweet.
There's a sex mini game, yeah. There is
a sex mini game.
There is. Well, all it is like you rotate the joysticks, right?
Oh, and it's like grab them titties in a circle.
No, it's like
it's how your hips move.
The camera is on like his nightstand or whatever, and every time you do a full rotation, it like jiggles, and then the final one, like a pot falls off of it. Yeah, it's pretty dumb, but it's in there. So
like the old like Grand Theft Auto 3, like when you'd pick up a hooker and you'd have sex, it would just make the noises and the car would rock.
Yeah.
But then you'd look and they're both just sitting there, just like not doing anything.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what it is, and Kratos basically has some qualms with I think in the first one it's specifically Ares, but then in the following ones it's like all the gods.
Yeah.
But Ares like murders his family or his wife and child or something like that.
Well, Ares is fucked up.
Yeah, Ares is a d-bag. He is at the beginning of the game the current god of war, and so you fight through all of these like Greek mythology.
You bring the war to him,
stuff.
and then you become the god of war.
That's exactly what happens. But at one point, you like get to climb up a Titan, who's like
Dope.
the last Titan. He's like the largest being in the world or whatever.
Yeah.
And he has like a castle on his back, so you have to climb up the entire fucking thing. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't they're making another God of War.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. I guess he has another child. Kratos does, and this one you actually get to like.
Spoilers. We already talked about all of.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much footage of the fucking game out there anyway.
I know, but if we talk about games, like, and all of a sudden, like, other things get brought up from other games.
No, yeah, you're right.
Spoilers. We might be talking about games, and so
games and things.
Be warned.
If you hear a game that you haven't played yet, but you really want to, then
hit that skip 15 seconds button.
Yeah, and the new one, you like get to bring your son around with you, and he like helps you. He has a bow and arrow, and he like scouts. For
he's
you
like a
and,
little like Cupid, and he's like in your little like you have one of those.
The fuck?
What are the baby things called that like you put them like on your chest?
Bjorn?
Yeah, a baby Bjorn.
No.
And he's just got like a little bow and arrow. He's just like you're running around in his little baby
dude,
Bjorn.
He's like
and it's like ding.
He's like 10.
I got him, Daddy.
He's like 10. So he's like.
So he's up on your shoulders. Like, hey, here we go.
I honestly I don't know what the game, but he doesn't use it. So Kratos he doesn't use his like he doesn't use
his axes things.
His
swords,
his
axes,
chain knife things. His chain swords. He has like an axe, a magic axe that like comes back to him when he throws it.
Oh, so it's like Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
What's Thor's hammer's called? Mjolnir. I forgot.
So you know Greek mythology, but you don't know Norse mythology?
No.
Poser.
I don't claim to know Norse mythology.
Yeah.
You ask me.
I'm looking forward to that game. What games are you looking forward to playing?
I'm really looking forward to Fractured Butthole. The South Park game.
South Park game, yeah. I heard it's really fun.
Did you play the first one?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
The first one was super fun, and my favorite spoiler. There's a little spoiler coming up. My favorite fight was when you have to fight the like Nazi aborted fetuses.
I don't think I got that far.
Spoiler for you.
No,
and you have to give, I think, like Randy an abortion. The game is so fucked up. I love it so much. It's like an episode of South Park.
Yeah, that's what this one supposedly is like. But
yeah, and I like it that it's gonna be Coon and Friends.
Yeah, freaking awesome. Because the last one was like the last one was like the
Game of Thrones
Warcraft episode.
No, Game of Thrones.
What? Oh no, you're right.
Stick of Truth.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was after the Game of Thrones episode, and they're like, we just need to play with this stick. And then they call the Stick of Truth. Come into the and then the game actually came out. And it was pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. What is your favorite South Park episode, would you say?
South Park episode?
Yeah.
That's tough. There's so many good ones.
What is your goodest one?
My goodest one? I think one of my favorites, just because I had it on my iPod for a long time, and I had an iPod video forever ago, was the one when Randy takes the biggest shit in the world, and the biggest shit like is Bono or whatever.
Yeah,
I just love it when he's just like hot. Pretty much anything with Randy Marsh, like
dude, honestly,
the baseball one when he's like,
he's the best.
America.
He's the best. Around. Dude, that shit was hilarious. Like he's a very
Have you been watching the new
character?
The new season?
Mm-mm.
They have like a.
I have not kept up at all.
They have Halloween episode where all the like dads dress up as witches. It's like their annual thing.
Oh, gee.
What's up, witches? And then they go up and have like their witch ceremony, and they just smoke crack and drink Jack Daniels.
Yes.
Crack and Jack.
Wow, that's.
And then there's other things that that happen in the episode, and It's pretty great.
What's the one where they go to like a party or something and there's a hot tub and like they both like jerk off in the hot tub, like it's two guys and they're like, oh, it's not gay if we're not touching each other or whatever.
I don't remember which one that is.
I just remember that episode, not necessarily that moment, but like that whole episode.
Oh, you do remember that?
It was really funny.
Huh? I don't remember what that episode is, but I also really like the one when they get the like karate weapons, and it becomes like an anime, and they throw the throw-in star at Butters as it sticks in his eye, and so they're like, we can't bring him to the hospital, so we need to dress him up like a dog and bring him to the vet. And then he's just like walking with a throwing star in his eye, crying. He's like, what? Oh man, Christ. That show was great.
Yeah, the fractured butthole.
The fractured butthole. That's one of my ones that I'm really looking forward to playing.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Cute. It's cute. It's cute, Kenny. And then I think the other one I'm really looking forward to is Shadow of War.
Oh yeah.
I was watching someone play that the other day, and I was like, dude, I just want to get back into that world.
Dude, the first game was so fun, Shadow of Mordor.
That was probably like, it's still one of my favorite games for like the beginning of Xbox One.
Yeah.
Because it was just, I mean, it's Warner Bros.
Yeah, it's a Batman game.
It's a Batman game in Lord of the Rings. So, like, what we talked about on episode 1, like, favorites, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing, but it's so much fun to just go around and just straight up, like, dominate a bunch of orcs and just, like, I am running this orc army now. Army now.
Where? No, that is a fantastic game. And I think it doesn't, like, I don't know, me being, like, a Lord of the Rings fan, it doesn't, like, take away anything or like do anything.
No, it almost improves on it because then you get to learn more about the
universe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I just learned that like, in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, there's only one time where Legolas actually talks to Frodo.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, like one
the
specific.
Fuck Orlando Bloom.
And I think he's like, it's something dumb. It's like, come on, or something like that. Like, those are the only words he ever says to Frodo.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's, like, including with... Because I have the extended version, so,
yeah, so
each episode is, like, each movie is 4 hours long.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I should watch one of these before I go to work, because I had, like, 3 hours before work once. I'm like,
didn't finish
these are 4 hours. I'm not going to even start that.
No, dude. Fucking me and Trey one time watched... the first one, the extended edition, and all the bonus content, and it took us like 7 hours.
That's ridiculous. Like, those movies are crazy. They're fun though. I like them, but it is a lot of people just walking.
It is, but I don't know. That's not why people like it.
Oh, I mean, whatever. It's cool.
Yeah,
I'll watch them. I like them, but
So I just finished a game that I told you about.
What did you finish?
Life is Strange.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's the one that's weird.
It's strange, if you will. Fucking, it's a really good game. It was done really well. The more I think about it, though, like the ending wasn't super great.
I feel like that's how it always was, because that's one of those like kind of like the Telltale where you get to pick options and all that stuff.
You get to choose your choices.
Like video games just don't have the best stories. And, like, that's just a known fact that their story...
there's some good ones, though.
I mean, compared to, like, they don't have the best narratives and stuff like that.
No, I mean...
all that, but, I mean, I haven't played the game, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing up until, like, the very... spoilers, it comes down to one choice. Are you going to save the girl you love, or are you going to save the entire rest of the town? And it's bullshit, because, like, you spent the entire game, like, saving her from different deaths. Basically, like, the universe just wants her dead, and it's just like fucking it's so frustrating because like you're doing this whole thing, you're like, oh no, I gotta get her back, I gotta go save her, and at the end she's just like, hey, so if you save me, then the whole town's gonna get wiped out by a tornado because you're messing with time, and that fucks with nature. So
which one did you save?
I saved the girl, man. I worked too fucking hard.
Did you go back and like pick the other option?
No, I'm gonna play through the game again, and I'm gonna do the other option.
Okay.
Apparently, obviously there's a different ending, but like, right. I don't know.
What if it's like one of those stupid options in those games where it's like, You pick the other one, but the same thing happens
the same
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I hit the mic.
You just like you try to save the girl, or you try to save the town, and she's like, "No,
no, I'm going to be saved." And then she just kills you.
I hate shit like that. Also, there's gonna be a new Red Dead game.
Yeah, Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Dose.
I don't know exactly what it's gonna be like, but if it's anything like the first one, it's gonna be awesome.
You played the first one all the way through?
All the way through. Fucking loved it.
I stopped after main dude died.
Oh, see,
John Marston.
You have to go back though, like, cause I got to a point where I think right when you unlock like the Great Plains or whatever, like up where all the cars are and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I stopped playing, and then our friend Tarek.
Yeah.
He played all the way through, and he's like, "You have to go back and play it. It's so good." And so I went back and I finally finished it.
Yeah.
And it's so worth it.
Is it?
I mean, the last little part, I mean, you're so close to being done. The last little part when you're his son, like, you don't even have to do that much. I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same game.
I'll go back.
You have to go back and just finish it. It's not that, you're like so close to the end.
I'll peep it.
You'll peep that out?
I'll peep it out.
Okay.
R.I.P. Little peep.
Since we're speaking of, like, slang, I guess, new slang.
Okay.
I'm really behind on all that stuff.
Yes, you are.
And like I said, I'm not old.
It's lit, fam.
Okay, stop. Okay, so on YouTube, I watched the, like, do teens know this? Like, do they know 90s music? Do they know 2000s music? Do they know 80s music?
Yeah,
do
the
adults?
React channel.
Yeah, the React channel. But, like, it's, like, their secondary channel. It's not the Fine Bros. But
yeah.
Anyways, like, the do they know? And I'm, like, watching it, and I'm listening to, like, the music ones, and all the people are, like, the kids in there are, like...
all the children.
This is such a bop. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
A bop?
Yeah.
They called it a bop?
It's a bop. Do you know what you don't... Okay, so you don't know it either.
I don't know that one.
You've never heard someone say bop?
No, fuck that. That sounds gross. That
It's
reminds
like,
me of Kids Bop.
I'm like, I don't understand what this means. Like, what is a bop? Like, where did that come from? I hate new slang.
Presumably, it's a good song, is what that means, right?
I'm guessing.
I mean,
like,
I don't know. You know the context. I don't know the context.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this song is still a total bop, and I'm like, what the?
So presumably, it just means it's a good song.
That's stupid though. Like, what the fuck? Who says? Oh, it's a bop. Like, ugh, God, it's so just gross. Like,
I don't know.
Or have you heard of it's primarily like in the gay community, but like saying hunty.
I have no idea.
You've never heard someone say hunty?
No.
I asked my brother, because my brother's gay.
Right.
And he told me, and I'm like, because it was on that React channel, there was, do parents and elderlies or whatever know modern slang? And I'm like, I've never heard of any of these words. And they had hunty. Hunty.
Okay.
And it's like something, it's like calling someone, okay, I'm going to say a naughty word here, the one that no one likes, but it's a cunt, and like saying honey, so you call them a hunty, but it's not like an insult. It's like, hey, sweetie, like kind of like thing like that.
Really?
Like, hey, hunty. I'm like, why is that a thing?
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Like, I like the word cunt. I don't call people cunts.
Yes, you do.
But I don't. Okay, but I don't mean it like mean or anything. I don't mean to, like, it's just one of those words. It's just nice to say. It's like fuck. It's like saying fuck. Like, I would never say, like,
you say it over video games and the internet,
right? But like, I don't like saying things like
derogatory terms towards women.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't call people bitches, really.
You call me a bitch all the time.
Yeah, but you're not a woman.
What is that?
Okay, but
shouldn't say it at all, Blake.
But words that like I really don't like are like the F word, not fuck, but the other one that's towards gay people.
Right.
Like that one, it's like the one word that really offends me. I don't like it when people use the hard R in the N word. Yeah. Like, because that usually means like out of hatred.
Oh, for sure.
And I try to keep my N word down because
you shouldn't say it at all.
but like, it was just like one of those things when like when you're a teenager and especially like growing up in the Xbox Live, it's just one of those things.
No,
like
I get it.
I totally like I get it and I understand. Like if it's in a song, I'll probably say it.
Yeah.
Just because it's in a song and I'm just repeating.
Well, okay.
Like,
Here's the thing.
I'm not, and I mean no offense by it. I mean obviously people are gonna. Well, hold on. People are gonna take offense.
Shut up, Blake.
Just one sec. People are gonna take offense by it, but I don't mean it in any offensive way.
I mean nobody that says it nowadays means it in an offensive way. And here's my thing coming from a black person.
And I never like say it to you or anything like that. Like,
no, I mean, whenever I've heard you say it before, and whenever you say it, it's not out of like hatred. You're not like calling me
yeah.
like fucking I kind of agree with Donald Glover, his standpoint on it. Like he said in his stand up that like everybody just needs to start saying it because then it'll take the power away.
We will lose a few of us.
Yeah. A few of you will die in the process.
but it comes back and it's just.
And it's like, honestly, it's like so far past the point of,
the derogatory term.
Well, no, like, I mean, it's
like, it's still obviously
of
like,
being shut down is what I'm trying to say. Cause like at this point, like fucking, the white rappers are saying that shit in their SoundCloud raps or whatever the fuck. And like at this point, it's so far past the point of us like actually stopping it that it shouldn't matter anymore. And we should just take power away from it.
Right. And we used to say it a lot more. And that was bad, but like I've totally cut down just because I realize like that it is offensive to some people, and so like I'm not just gonna like straight up say it or anything like that. And I don't mean to. It's kind of like the kneeling like during the anthem thing. Yeah, it's like we don't mean to be offensive, but people get offended by it. So like, but I also agree with them kneeling. So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different because that's for a different cause.
Well, what people don't,
you know what I mean?
What people don't realize about that, it's like,
I'm coming off so ignorant.
Yeah, you need to just chill for a sec. About the kneeling thing, like people don't realize what people are actually protesting. Like people can't stand for a country that allows their police force, who are supposed to be protecting people, to like murder innocent people regardless of what race or gender or what have you. Like that's what they're kneeling for, is because like they feel like it's the only way to get their message across of we need to stop police brutality.
Right. And then people in the stands, like I've heard countless stories of people talking about it on podcasts, news, stuff like that, anything where they're just talking about it and it's like, oh, everyone in the stands is yelling at the dudes, kneeling and swearing and keeping their hat on during the anthem, and it's like that's way more offensive, I feel like, than just someone who's exercising their right to just kind of just take a knee and not have. I mean, it's not a requirement in the NFL. It's not meant to be offensive, even though people are going to take offense, but people take offense to everything nowadays. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous that people will take offense to that and not some other shit that happens with the flag. Like we make towels out of the flag, like and bathing suits and like
and boxers
and like it's really like there are other things that you can get way more offended at if you're looking at it from like a
but that's American
like a quote unquote patriotic standpoint. People fucking like. There are paper plates with the flag on it. Like, you would like eat off that shit. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay, we went down another another hole where we got into.
Last week it was feminism. This week it's patriotism. Let's keep it. Let's keep on.
Let's go back. Okay, so how this all started was like the Hunty thing and being up on modern slang.
Oh, dude, it was really weird because like Life is Strange came out.
Okay, this is going to connect somehow.
It does connect, I promise. Life is Strange came out, I want to say in 2016, early 2016.
Okay.
And the slang, because you play as high schoolers, so like the slang is just so fucking weird. Like they say like lit and like get turned and stuff like that, and I'm just like, what? Like,
people say that?
Especially in a video game, like you don't expect, but I guess like they're trying to make it realistic-ish, so
they're trying to be with the times, but then they're dating themselves because they're saying things that no one says anymore.
Yeah, it was so fucking weird.
They
use the word selfie a lot.
Well, still people say selfie.
I know, but like, I don't know, man.
I think a selfie.
Self-portrait, god damn it, is
just take a picture of yourself.
Derived from the Daguerrean process, which I learned from that game.
What the fuck is Daguerrean? Do you mean Dothraki?
No, Daguerrean. It was a guy who took a lot of photos, and he's very famous in the photography world.
Okay.
He's like, he pioneered the first like self-portraits or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's where that came from.
It's like the people who take like Coachella pictures where like the girl is leading the guy.
Yes.
So it's something like that where it's like, we have to take a picture like this because it's adorable.
Yeah.
I'm dragging my boyfriend everywhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. I did see some pictures where like somebody was making fun of that, and like the girl was like pulling the boyfriend by his ear.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah,
right.
Slang and stuff.
Slang and stuff.
Any other good words out there?
I wish I knew some of the like. I don't talk like that.
No,
like
neither
like,
of us do.
Lit, I still don't get that one. Like,
it's like
I know what it is. Like I get what it means, but like I can't.
That's lit.
But like I can't imagine like talking like, God, this is so lit right now.
You
like,
can't imagine how much fun we're having.
Hey. But it just seems weird. I mean, obviously there's probably slang that like we grew up with that I just don't even realize that I say.
Yeah.
Like, I guess dope. I say dope a lot, but...
The dope is one. My mom started saying dope. It was really weird, dude. she started hanging out with my brother a lot, and then all of a sudden she started saying dope. I was like, Mom.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just... It's weird to think of things like that, and like... I don't know. I feel so old because I just don't understand what... Like the kids, I don't.
What the kids are saying these days.
Well, the kid, like the shit they listen to, and the shit that they like say, and I don't fucking like. Okay, we talked about this before, but we have like just you and I, did. But like the Gucci Gang song.
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
Like, I don't understand why
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
Yes, that's the song. I don't understand why the song is popular. Like. It says the same two words. It's this
for over half the song. For
this beat fetishism bullshit that everyone is into right now. I don't get it. It's like, why?
Gucci Gang.
Why are you so easily manipulated by like things, by like commercialism and all that stuff? That
you know why, Blake?
Why?
Because it's fucking lit.
God damn it. But like I don't get why that's enjoyable to listen to. Like people like get I'm a negative person. We've talked about this. Like and I hate a lot I hate a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
So obviously I'm going to hate this because it's to me fucking garbage.
Go on.
So what I don't understand is how people can listen to it and be like, dude, this is a bop. Like this is so lit. This is a dope song. Like,
dude, I don't know,
but like it's not saying anything. Like,
well, here's my take on it. Okay. So, originally when hip hop started, it was all about the DJ.
Right.
It was about the get down, right?
Got it.
Right. So that's what like hip hop was all about, and that was like house parties, and that was like where black people specifically went to go hang out and get turned.
They didn't say that.
They didn't say turn.
But like, okay.
What would they have said?
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
Probably fresh.
Okay.
Back in them days.
Yeah, okay.
But like, and I understand that because that's kind of like the new, like electronic music. For some reason, people got into that.
Yeah.
So it's like the hip hop. Like I don't like electronic music either, but like I get why people think it's fun.
There is some that I like for sure.
And I don't. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
Dubstep is terrible. I know there's so many types of EDM and electric music.
Man.
I know. I know there's like so many types, like house music and all that stuff. I've tried listening to a few different kinds of it, and none of it, like, it just doesn't hit me in the ear well.
That's fair.
Like,
I get it.
I like what I like, and I'm super picky about everything.
Everything.
Except food. No, I'm not picky about food.
You're kind of picky about food.
How the fuck am I picky about food?
You don't like fish at all.
Okay, that's one type of food that I don't like.
Okay, but I like fish.
So you're not picky because you like fish?
Exactly.
If there's any type of seafood in it, I don't like it. But
okay, what?
Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. So hip hop started as just the Get Down.
The Get Down.
With
great show, by the way.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Okay, but with a DJ just controlling the party, making everyone have a good time.
Well, no, so the DJ played the Get Down, and then the MC, or mic controller, for you layman's, was the one who basically like hyped up the DJ, right?
Right.
And so like when it kind of started getting out of that until Fresh Prince came around, Mr. Will Smith and his DJ Jazzy Jeff, and then he made that whole record about his DJ. And they won a Grammy for it or whatever. But
I mean, there was more of like the hip hop and like Run DMC and.
No, totally. I'm saying, like, for the longest time,
and,
like
Furious 5 and all that stuff.
The heyday of hip hop definitely has been about MCs, but I'm saying maybe it's evolving past that right now. You know, maybe it's going back to the DJ. Yeah,
I guess so. Because I mean, Murs the rapper talked about it, like new hip hop versus
Murs the rapper.
Murs the rapper.
Is that like Chance the Rapper?
Sure. Murs. I mean, not everyone knows who Murs is. Like, he's not like a super well known rapper. I mean, obviously, like probably he's definitely up there, but it's not like if I said Drake or some shit like that. Like, everyone knows who Drake is. Your mom knows who Drake is. Like, well, your mom knows a lot of music, but my mom knows who Drake is. Compared to like if I went up to like the average person and I'm like, hey, do you know who Murs is? They'd be like, no, who the fuck is that?
You're right.
But anyway, he was talking about it on like his YouTube channel about Hip Hop DX, where it's like talking about Future and stuff like that, and comparing the older hip hop and like the newer hip hop and how it was kind of similar, but it wasn't so auto tuned, and it's like I think it's just the way things sound right now, where it has like I think. Where it has this auto tune and reverb and all that stuff, it sounds shitty.
Well, the way of
and like the older stuff would sound more fun. It was more hype because it was just a dude on a mic. It wasn't someone who took a computer and completely manipulated their sound to sound a different way. And all they do is talk about fucking Molly and Percocets and all this stuff and fucking bitches and all that stuff.
That's where we're on the same page. I think content matters a lot. Like what you're saying in your songs. Like you can have people like Logic now who write songs about the suicide hotline.
Which I'm not actually a fan of that song. I get his message, but it seems way too like.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying. Like I'd rather listen to a rapper who has something to say rather than talking about drugs and women. You know, like I fucking
I wish I was more into him when he was alive, but Idea.
Yeah, dude.
I've really been listening to a lot more of Idea.
Idea said a lot of shit, man.
And he was super abstract about it, and it just, and he had, it's partly like when someone has something wrong with their life, they make better music. I mean, you can look at like Eminem now.
No, I know, definitely pain makes good music and hardship makes good music, but I feel like there are some good songs that come out of good times too.
There are, but they usually don't have
Sunshine is fine, Blake.
But it all starts off with being with a hangover.
Yeah, but then he comes out of the hangover.
Right.
Okay.
But on top of that, but he's talking about a real life situation, a story. He's not just saying like, I feel good because I'm out in the light. I feel good because I'm out in the air. I feel like he's like.
I agree with you. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that I'd rather listen to a rapper or anybody really, like regardless of what song, who has good lyrical content, rather than a lot of the songs that come out nowadays where you say Gucci Gang 52 times in a song, you know,
or like just make no sense when they speak. Like what's that Stressed Out song?
But 21 Pilots.
Yeah,
I like
no,
that song.
It's just down. But like, what's the part in that song when he's like, I can't.
Build a rocket ship, but then you fly far away.
Yeah, like I get like he has a message, but like
say, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.
He says like, call me something like. What? Fuck, I can't remember what it is.
Oh, well.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. But like the song, it just the lyrical content of it. Like I get he's trying to like talk about reminiscing and nostalgia and all that stuff, but the lyrical content in it is so basic that it's not fun to listen to. It's not like enjoyable to listen to for me. I liked what it is basic. I could come up with something like that.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
And I'm not talented in artistic ways.
Right, but like even, basic, even if you don't use an incredibly extensive vocabulary, like songs can still be complex in the way you paint the picture. Like look at Tech Nine, where like he uses the words and the like a bajillion times. You know, like
he does, and he also manipulates words to like make them work for him. Like like when he's like saying like, you know what I mean, like yeah, what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
but if you look at it that way, then you have to give props to Kanye, who does that shit all the time.
Honestly, I don't think Kanye is a bad rapper. He was good, but then he got into like this. He went crazy, and
gonna say somewhere you're gonna end up apologizing.
Like he got too big of a head. I thought he was so great, so then anything that he said was amazing, and so I didn't agree with that. And like he just sounded so like he distorted his voice so much, and like when he used to rap like Jesus Walks and all that stuff, and even before that, like when he was on Chappelle's show that one time and he's just rapping, and he's a good rapper, he is, but he just changed the way he sounds, and it's not enjoyable to me. I mean, some people probably find him still really deep and stuff, and they will listen to more of his music and might find those deeper songs, but whatever I hear, like is it called Slave?
Yes.
Or like
I don't know. What?
Black Slave, and he's like, there's blood on the leaves. There's blood on the leaves. Like,
yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Like, he's trying to be deep and abstract and stuff, but it comes off just so generic and like, where it almost sounds like he's not trying.
Kind of douchey.
Right. Like he thinks he's so great.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. But going back to the like just the way music sounds nowadays. That's gonna continue happening, like,
and it's gonna change forever
as technology is released. Like, we have the power nowadays to pretty much make people's voices sound like whatever you want,
and that's fine. But it seems like how you were saying it's going back to the DJ, but everyone thinks they're a DJ, and anyone can put Fruity Loops or whatever's newer on their computer because I'm way behind on times. And just make a beat, and then it'll sound like every other fucking beat. Whereas someone who was from, I don't know, the 90s or something like that didn't have the resources that we have now. I mean, you can get free apps and stuff and make music. Whereas songs like Believe by Cher, on one of those videos of the but in one of those React videos, they played that song, and they said that it took 6 producers to make that song because of like the intricacy. And like all the kids were blown away, like, oh my god, that's crazy, it took 6 people to make that. Whereas some fucking 13-year-old in his basement right now could
potentially
make the exact same thing with like without any effort, it almost seems like.
Well, here's the thing about that. My view of that is that it's kind of a good thing. You give more creative people the potential to make good music and shitty music. Don't get me wrong, but just
there's so much more shitty music than there is good music.
Well,
in my opinion.
But that's not for you to decide, though. Like,
I get it.
Like,
I know
there are people who love.
This is the ignorant Blake podcast.
There are people who love the shit that's coming out on SoundCloud and XXX Tentacion. And
the fuck is that?
Oh, dude, you would hate him so much. Yeah, shit like that. And there are people that love that. And, like, I think the beauty of it is that all this technology is basically available to everyone. And it's like, it is like playing a difficult video game, or like just a video game in general. Like, anybody can pick up and play Dark Souls, but like,
it takes work to be good at it.
It takes work to be really good at a game like that. And that's exactly what, like, music is nowadays. Yeah. Like, you have to put the work in if you want to be, Timbaland or Pharrell or your favorite producer, Skrillex. Right. I know you don't like Skrillex, but he actually is a pretty great producer, like, outside of his own music.
I just don't think, I mean, obviously it's not going to happen, but the ones that are like the new beat makers where they're children, like, they just don't have the longevity, like something that's so iconic, like Believe or anything.
21 Pilots.
No, not 21 Pilots, or not, but just like my mom talks about this, which is weird, but she says there's no artists really from today that are gonna be like one of her artists, like the old school. Like, she loves Van Morrison and Cher and
Yeah, that one.
The Boss.
Yeah, that guy.
Bruce Springsteen. There we go. Like,
and the E Street Band.
Yeah.
I do know who Bruce Springsteen
is. I do too. The name was escaping me.
Yeah.
But she loves things like that, and those artists are like super iconic, and their music will kind of live on forever. And she's like, I don't know who's gonna be the one from your guys' generation that's like that. And the only ones I can think of are probably Adele, because Adele is huge. Like, everyone, it's one of those people. Everyone loves Adele, even if you don't like her music.
No, I don't disagree with you. I just think there are bigger stars.
There are
right now.
Bruno Mars, because anything Bruno Mars
You're going
makes.
Backwards.
No, I'm telling you, and like, yeah, there's popular artists now, but Future's not going to be around. And
no, I'm not saying like Future, but like Beyonce.
I was getting there.
Okay.
I was getting there.
Get there.
I'm starting lower and working my way up.
Okay, sure.
But Bruno Mars will be one of those ones, because he's kind of like Justin Timberlake in a way too.
He's all right.
Like, he's the new Prince, Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake. He has all three of their styles built in one. He's all right,
Blake.
I don't like him. I don't like his music. That 24 Karat Magic, whatever.
No, just like strictly speaking of like his star power, I still think he's kind of like on the lower spectrum of like A-list celebrities, you know?
Yes, but as far like as A-list celebrities, but as a musician,
I should say.
But as a musician, everyone knows who Bruno Mars is.
No, I know you're right, but
everyone, like, for the most part, the majority of consumers will love Bruno Mars music.
Yeah.
Same with Beyonce, which I always say, Beyonce can make a song about butchering babies and people will love it and be like, yes, batch, or whatever. Like, yeah,
probably.
Like, it's just, I can't stand her because, I mean, I like older stuff when she was in Destiny's Child and stuff like that. Beyonce? I hate Beyonce. I think she's completely overrated. And you know I don't like Beyonce.
Shouts out Beyonce.
No shouts out. We're done with that. But it's just one of those people. I think Lady Gaga is going to be a big one.
Okay.
Just because of her iconic, like, during the LGBTQ. Is there another letter? I feel like they added a letter.
They keep adding letters.
Like community and stuff like that. And I think just that impact, like kind of like Madonna, the impact.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
in like in society.
You're totally right. And I think that
what makes me sad is Justin Bieber's going to be up there. I don't know. I feel like Justin Bieber will be like Bieber will be the Billy Joel.
He's on the cusp. He's on the cusp.
Because
like the way his career is going right now, he could either like figure his shit out and start.
He won't.
Well, hold on. He could either like figure his shit out and start making good music and like reinvent himself to actually like give himself longevity, or he can like fade out as that dumb.
How would he reinvent himself?
Well, I don't know.
Like what kind of music?
Like, it's like going from Michael Jackson, going from the Jackson 5 to Michael Jackson. You know, like it's just you got to figure out what the next sound is gonna be and like put it out there. You know,
it makes me sad but he's gonna be the person who is associated with our generation of music.
Me too. But
same with Tadoff Switler. She's a terrible person.
I don't disagree. It took me a second
to put it together as Taylor Swift.
Yeah, figure that out. I know, man, but like also there's gonna be a bunch of great artists who are gonna be remembered from our generation. You know, like
but who? The ones that we enjoy are probably not like Atmosphere. Won't be
right.
Because he's too indie emo rap underground.
Right.
You know, obviously I love Tech Nine.
Okay.
He's been around forever, but he still doesn't get the recognition. Drake, I hate Drake with a passion, and he probably still won't even get the recognition that he, I guess, has earned with air quotes. And I mean, who is there?
I'd have to think
Brother Ali, you know.
Well,
I know I'm saying more rap music.
No, I say that because like I like more music than you.
That's true.
And you know, like I
A Day to Remember won't be.
No, but even like past that, man, like there are some big bands right now that I enjoy that like I don't know, fucking like Imagine Dragons I really like.
I guess they're pretty big. I don't mind Imagine Dragons, but I'll never pick them to listen to.
That's fair, but
If they're on and if I'm on Pandora, I'm out of skips.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if I have a skip, I'll probably skip them.
I don't know. I'll make a list, but there are a few bands that I feel like will last, that are big and that I enjoy, and maybe even you.
Probably not,
young sir.
If it's on the radio,
maybe I can.
There's not much on the radio that I can say that I enjoy.
Maybe I can reach out and touch you.
That Chainsmokers are terrible.
I love the Chainsmokers.
Are you serious?
I do, man. They write some catchy shit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Oh my god, that Closer song.
Well,
I carpooled with my girlfriend for a while.
Oh, Halsey, she's one.
Who the fuck is Halsey?
The person on that song, that Closer song, the girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But just that song, I had to hear it. It's like I heard it like 4 times a day, like in one day. Mm. It's ridiculous how overplayed songs become.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when they're popular. That's why I hate modern radio.
Well, that's why I stopped listening to Macklemore for a while. Because, like, before The Heist came out, like, I was super excited for that album. Because, like, I heard that Thrift Shop song and, like, started showing all my friends. And I was like, oh, listen to this song about,
you showed me it. And I fucking fell in love with it.
About, like, balling out at a thrift store. Yeah, fucking. And then, like, the radio got a hold of it. And I was just like, yeah.
It's kind of like 303 in a way.
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the saddest part of like Macklemore's career is when I worked at Best Buy, and someone like a woman, was like a mother, an older woman, had her like baby in a stroller, and was going like what,
God.
and I was like, oh, it's over for Macklemore.
The mom's got.
I don't like Ed Sheeran.
I
was gonna say Shireen. That's not
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran is gonna be one of those ones, and I'm not a huge fan. Like. I respect people for their musical ability.
Yeah.
I understand that he's talented. Yeah. I understand Beyonce's talented and all that stuff. And even Justin Bieber has a good singing voice, but it's not in like good music to me.
Right.
It's the same thing with like the Beatles. Like I respect the Beatles for everything they did for music, and I'm not going to say that they're a bad band, but their music, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's say this then. There are a lot of people, and a lot of, younger people probably, who feel the same way you do, like the stuff.
I don't feel though. I feel like.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. There are.
I'll hold my point.
just because not every young person's view is going to be that of the React channel, like teens. Mm-hmm. Like not everyone agrees with them. Like there are the kids like you and me were like seeking out the rhymesayers and seeking out like the underground scene, and like they're gonna have the same opinions as you do. Like.
And I'm not saying that I get my opinions of everyone in the world from the React channel, because I know that's what it sounds like because I keep bringing it up, but. Sometimes those kids just make me angry.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. They have a very select group of like teenagers there, and
like the teenager who was like born in '98, and they were doing the "Do you know '90s music?" And he's like, "If it's '90s music, I was born in '98. Obviously, I'm not going to listen to any of that." It's like, why would you not listen to that? You listen to probably oldies music, and you say you love the Beatles and all that stuff. My point was that I was going to make before you cut me off so rudely.
You've been cutting me off this entire time.
I've been talking this entire time. But I feel that the majority of people, like in our age group of like Generation X and stuff like that, will say they like the Beatles and Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder and stuff just to say that they like them.
Sure.
They don't actually, they know maybe like Come Together and Hey Jude or something like that, and then they know, like they say they love Michael Jackson, but only can name fucking just things off Thriller and stuff like that.
Right.
And
but also people can love those songs.
I understand you love those songs, but they're like, oh my god, I love this artist, and it's like, but you don't know the artist. That's where I come in, where it's like I love this artist, and I feel that there's so many 15 minutes of fame artists that they're like, oh, I love this artist, but they can't name certain things about him. It's like, if I'm going to say that I like an artist, that's why I'm more picky about it. If I say I like an artist, that means I like that artist.
Right.
Like, I know more about them. I know more of their music. I know their albums. Like, I know their time and stuff like that. If I say I like a song, I like a song. But if I like an artist, I like the artist, and I like most of the things that they do.
Okay. That is incredibly admirable of you.
And I know not many people think like I do. And that
You're
also
right, people don't. But like the thing about it is like since this technology and the ability to make music like that is available to everybody, there's gonna be new shit coming out every day, and there's no possible way that you can listen to every single artist or band in the world. And it's like there's just so much to discover and listen and like it's overwhelming at times as somebody who aspires to be in the music industry, like holding yourself to that standard, you know, because like there are 16-year-olds right now making better music than I do,
right?
And it's you know, like I'm 23, like it's super frustrating. So like I have to expose myself to as much of it as possible, and enjoy as much of it as possible, so that I can
get
inspired and aspire to make music that good or better.
Right. I hear you. I get it. And I also, you know, we over the 3 episodes that we've done, we keep talking about how I hate everything, and that comes with the same mentality that I have towards like what I like.
Yeah.
Just so people don't think like, oh, I just hate it because it's not the one thing I like or whatever. If I will give things a chance before I say that I hate it. I'll say that I don't like things like. I don't like the Chainsmokers, but I don't hate them because I don't know enough of their stuff. I only know that Closer song and whatever they did the Selfie song, whatever, right?
Yeah, that was like way.
I know, I understand that, but like someone like Beyonce, where I can say I don't like them. I've seen Beyonce's pretty much her entire career,
right?
And I can say I like some of the older stuff. Like I'll listen to Destiny's Child because that's what I grew up on, and you know stuff before that, but I can say now that I don't like Beyonce. Same with Drake. Like I can't stand anyone on Young Money, but I'll go listen to old like Best I Ever Had, like right after Degrassi kind of time.
Yeah.
And like I like that song. It was the song that we listened to in high school, so I liked it. But as he progressed as an artist, I can say I don't like it. So I can say most of Drake's music I don't like, and so I kind of say that I hate his music. I know hate's like a strong word, but like usually when a Drake song comes on, like that fucking Jumpman song, this shit drives me goddamn nuts.
I'm not a big fan of that song either,
the fucking started from the bottom. Yeah, he fucking started in Canada on a TV show. He's a fucking liar.
Yeah, I know, I get it. I get what you're saying. It's just like,
I used to be worse about it. Like I used to say that I hated Greaves because I heard that one Lightspeed song.
You used to be really bad about it.
And I hated it. And I was like, oh, I fucking hate Greaves because I heard that one song. And now I actually love that song now listening to it. Same with Kid Cudi. I hated Day and Night when it came out. And just because I didn't like the sound of it. Mm-hmm. And now I can go back and I'm like, okay, I actually really like this song.
Dude, it's a good song.
Probably going to happen to me the same thing with The Weeknd.
That's a good.
Like, I'll probably listen to The Hills in about 3 years. And I'm like, okay, this song is actually kind of good.
Dude, I think my turnaround time is just a lot shorter than yours. Because, like, I hated Starboy when it came out.
I still don't like that one.
Yeah, and I love it now. Like, especially, I love Daft Punk.
I'm a motherfucking Starboy.
Yeah, I love Daft Punk. So, like, their production style is, like, really iconic and something that...
There's one Daft Punk song I like.
Yeah.
Around the world, around the world.
You know, like, One More Time, the song that...
No.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I just feel like the difference between us... I'm gonna reach into your soul here. Is that
my dark soul?
Your dark souls.
Anyway, go ahead.
Is that you don't like things that you don't know, or you and I like things that I don't know.
Fair.
You know, like I see the potential in things I don't know, and you see the possible disappointment in things
You're an
that
optimist.
You don't know.
I'm a pessimist.
Exactly. Here we are.
Here we are, the optimist and the pessimist. I mean, yeah, I mean that's definitely true, and because I know so much about Tech Nine and his entire label.
Yeah, sure do.
And like all of his artists,
yeah.
As they come out, I will probably. There's a lot of like he's signed new artists like this Darren Saffron, and he sounds a lot like The Weeknd to me, and I don't really like him.
I don't really agree with that, but okay.
He sounds like Chris Brown in a way. I don't know. He has like that sound,
like
and another thing about Chris Brown, I can't fucking stand Chris Brown
because he beats women.
Because he beats women, and he's still a sex symbol, and that makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
But I like, as you were saying, like the things I know. So it's when I discovered Tech Nine and and liked his music, I started to look into more of him, and then looked into more of his artists,
You don't have to keep doing that.
I want to ad-lib everything. But as I looked into him more and I started to respect him more just because of his grind and stuff like that, like when an artist grinds and actually works for where they are, like everyone hates ICP, but they worked their asses off to get where they are, and they own like an empire, and it's crazy to think that their movement is as large as it is.
Hey man, we were a part of that.
I still am. But like they started off, like they say in their songs all the time, like they would put flyers on cars in their parking lot. They would have to do it the old school way of recording music, which was like getting a recorder, taping shit off the radio, and then taping over another tape, and like having to put two recorders next to each other to make their beats and raps and stuff like that, because they didn't have the money or the equipment that people have now where they can just make fucking anything. So
yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I respect the grind as well, but also there's definitely a new kind of grind emerging where it's like
the internet grind,
the social media grind. Yeah, but like I know you don't like him, but Tyler the Creator is kind of doing that same thing just on social media and the internet. Like, dude,
actually, I hated Tyler. That's another one. I hated Tyler the Creator when he came out, but I don't know much of his music.
Yeah,
and I don't mind him quite as much. It was partly because I listened to Hobson, and Hobson was like the complete opposite of him, I feel like, but they're also very similar.
They are kind of similar, yeah.
Like,
but dude's got his own fucking festival out in California every year, and like, how long
I appreciate
has he been
something
out
like that.
now, you know, like, freaking, he made $1.3 million or some crazy number from 3 months of touring, and like that's fucking insane. The dude works nonstop, and like he has a show on Adult Swim, and like it's just, you know, crazy the things you can do with the power of technology nowadays, like avenues that you wouldn't even consider going down like back in the day.
It's like, it's another like thing, like something like that is like Chance the Rapper. Like I respect him because he doesn't sell his music. Right. He only sells merch and tours and stuff like that. And he doesn't really care about the money. He wants to make good music. And granted, Coloring Book wasn't my favorite album. Like,
it's a mixtape, dude.
Mixtape, whatever.
He doesn't make albums.
Fuck off. It wasn't my favorite mixtape.
No, I'm just giving you shit.
I mean, but at the same time, there's songs on there, and I respect his grind. That's the thing. I like. If someone can grind to get where they are, not fucking Drake where he just gets discovered. Yeah. Like, I think it's more of a respect factor where I can enjoy their music because I know that they're not just having someone else write it for them or having someone else do it for them, and then they just get the glory.
Yeah, I think that's why both of us kind of disliked the Biebs a little bit, because he was just some fucking like punk on YouTube, and like all of a sudden Usher was like, "Hey, you want to be famous?"
Yeah, I mean, Eminem kind of did the same thing, which also we can talk about Eminem like another time because we have an opinion about him where we we need to get David on here to talk about Eminem because I feel like he could talk about Eminem.
Yeah, we've had that conversation. No, I guess like with Biebs and Eminem, like Eminem's different because like he
started off in the battles.
Yeah, he went through the battle scene, and like he did that shit, you know, like he put himself out there by himself, and then like happened to run into Dre and Jimmy Iovine, who like, you know, gave him the tools he needed to make ridiculously good albums. Yeah. Which I'm not saying like those first two were amazing, but then after that it was kind of like
Yeah, he has like a certain, I don't know, style where it's just, it gets old after a little bit.
Sure does.
And now that he's like, I'm happy for him that he's not on drugs anymore. Like, good for you. But ever since he's gotten clean, I don't think his music is as good because he almost became more self-aware of himself and realized that everyone does love him, and so now he's the rap god. And like, fast rapping's cool, you know, I love fast rapping, but I feel like at the same time he doesn't have
the thing about sorry.
That's fine. Go ahead. I didn't really have a way to finish that. I'm like kind of bullshitting my way through it. But
the thing about that too is like we were saying before, like good music comes from struggle, you know, and like those early days, like he was like dirt poor,
right?
And like, you know, he had to struggle with addiction and like shit with his mom and shit with his baby mama and shit with like, you know, stuff like that, and that makes good music. And then all of a sudden, when he got all that shit figured out and he was making money and like everybody liked him, and like all of a sudden, like, what do I write about, you know?
Yeah, and like he wrote about his daughter for a long time, and that's cool. Like, do you? But at the same time, it's just it gets a little old.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the hour mark.
We are at the hour mark.
We could talk for another hour we could get into the rock side of it, but this is pretty much about hip hop the entire time.
Yeah, video games and hip hop.
Video games and then hip hop and social issues. We'll have a little like the social issue corner for a little bit every episode.
Beep, boop. Yeah, exactly. What will it be next week?
Yeah. Trump.
God.
Let's not get into that.
Let's not do that.
Okay.
All right, signing off.
From the basement where we make beats.
All right, I'm Chris.
I'm Blake.
This is Unemployed Tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.